Hello, Chase Wilson, Senior Consultant here at Sterling. Covering sales, the next topic is objections. What are objections? Those are things that your customer is trying to throw at you to make you lose interest in selling them. All they're really trying to do is throw something at you so that you don't keep pursuing them. You don't penetrate and continue to push them. Usually objections come out once you've actually got a hold on them. They actually know that you're making progress. So take an objection actually as a plus because it means that you're actually reaching them. Okay, but how do you overcome objections? The first barrier I see when someone throws an objection is immediately the guy's got an answer for it. Well, the guy's throwing you an objection because that's a sign, right? It's a sign that he's not totally sold. It's also a sign that he is himself either knowing that he's being sold and he better step out. He's really looking at it and he better step out, right? But you don't have the guy yet. Here's what you do. The first barrier I see with any objection is a lack of acknowledgement. Whatever they say, acknowledge them. What is an acknowledgement? An acknowledgement is letting them know that they've been heard. Acknowledgements are very powerful. They're very powerful. If you let them know that they've been heard, they usually don't bring it up again. Okay? I got to think about it. Definitely understand you want to think about it. More times than not, I see this. Well, I got to think about it. Well, don't think about it. Just do it. Right at that point, now you're opposing the guy. And that's what an objection wants. An objection wants a reason to not go ahead and do it. One of the biggest objections I see, well, how much is it? You don't see it as an objection. You think, oh, good, he's asking about the price because now he wants to buy it. No, most of the time, especially early on in your presentation or going over stuff, well, how much is it? It depends how much it is. At that point, that objection right there, they're using money as an objection. Oh, I can't afford that. Or, oh, let me shop around. Whatever they say, always acknowledge them. How much is it? You know, we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. But right now, I just want to finish explaining what this treatment is, explaining what my service is. But we'll definitely get to that. It's an acknowledgement. You never want to make them wrong. You never want to shoot to a solution. One, acknowledge them. Two, then you want to actually give them a little bit of, it's called honest flattery. It's actually from the book written by Les Dane, Surefire Sales. And he talks about honest flattery. Why does he talk about honest flattery? And some of you might go, well, honest flattery, it sounds kind of contrary. Well, honest means sincere, truthful, and flattery is just a compliment. So we look here at honest flattery. And that would be telling them something like, well, thank you for bringing that up. Or I appreciate you coming in today. You know, you've been a loyal customer or a loyal patient for 5 years now. Finding some way, and it's not going to be, it's got to be honest. It's got to be something that you truly feel. Whatever objection they give you, acknowledge it, and then you go right into honest flattery. You go right into, well, you know, I really appreciate you bringing that up. Or whatever aspect about them that you really like. It might be the type of patient they are, the type of client they are, or what it is they do, or, you know, I definitely understand that you want to think about it. I just want to tell you, I'm really happy you came in because you're the type of person I really like working with, okay? That would be some honest flattery. Keep it short, but what that does is they've put up a wall with this objection. Then you've acknowledged them, the wall went down a little. Why? Because they were expecting, you know, a little bit of, they were expecting you to come back with something and them to argue. But an acknowledgement makes them go, okay. Remember one of the points of sales, the first point? Agreement. What's an acknowledgement? Not necessarily an agreement, but you're allowing them to have their reality as opposed to arguing with them. Honest flattery. Okay, so you have honest flattery, something you could say that just makes them feel the wall goes down even more, makes them feel more comfortable, right? Remember, it's got to be honest. I appreciate you as a client. If you don't want them as a client, if you don't like them, if you can't find anything nice to say, then acknowledge them and send them to your competitors or have them leave, because selling is caring. That's what sales is. And if you don't care about the guy, it's just not going to work. Step number 3. Now this one, you got to give the guy a face saver. What's a face saver? It's a reason to go ahead and do it. It's something that allows him to save face. He just told you he can't afford it. Well, what if he just then said, well, actually, I have the money right here. Well, he just lied, didn't he? So you want to give him a face saver, a reason that makes it okay to go ahead against his objection. I don't have the money. You know, I have to check with my wife. Guy says, I have to check with my wife. I definitely understand. I acknowledge him. I definitely understand you got to check with your wife. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm giving him honest flattery. Most marriages are built on honest communication, so I appreciate that. That's totally honest. They are, it's true. But then I give them a face saver. Well, I'll tell you what, if I know my wife, she would want me to make a decision, especially when it comes to my health, when it comes to my finances, when it comes to my business, my wife most of the time doesn't want to be bothered with that, right? And it's something that is actually going to help her. So if we come up with a decision, a proposal, we can then easily present it to her, and it's going to be much easier because she probably doesn't want to deal with this, and you're probably not going to go back and give her all the information, so you're giving them a way to do it now. Someone says, you know, it's expensive. I definitely understand you think it's expensive. See what I said there? You think it's expensive. It's not expensive, but I acknowledge him. I definitely understand you think it's expensive. Totally understand that. Give him some honest flattery. I appreciate you bringing up that consideration of yours, that objection. I appreciate you bringing that up. I give him a face saver. If money's a concern, and it sounds like you're concerned, I've never seen this service get any cheaper. Matter of fact, over the years, it gets more and more, and I've never seen that problem go away. So if you want to save money, the best time to do it is actually right now. And if you do it now, and you can give them a buy now, or you can give them a reason to do it now, but those are the 3 steps on handling an objection. I've used these steps 11, 12, 13, 15 times in one sales cycle. The guy brought something up, I used it. Guy brought something up, I used it. And eventually, we were just building so much agreement, right? And he knew I wanted to work with him, that the face saver was, well, Chase, you got me, and I really want to work with you, but I never made him wrong. This face saver is never making them wrong. It's making them want to go ahead and do it. I sure hope this helps you. It works in any area of life. It's actually a lot of fun to use. You can use it with family, friends, spouses, anyone. When they hit you with an objection, you use that. People will agree with you. And remember, the first step of sales is building agreement. An objection, they're trying to throw in a disagreement, and this is a nice way to get that disagreement pushed aside so you can care about them. All right? I'd like you to use this. I'll see you in the next video.